Hello everyone, Switched Off here. I'm gonna talk about Argyle Starshine, the father of Sunny Starscout, why he was a great father. Despite that Argyle was a good-hearted Earth pony who strongly believed that Earth ponies, unicorns, and Epicasi could be friends and has been once before. Despite many others Earth ponies in Maritime Bay disregarded his belief and even tried to convince him that all those stories about all the three ponykinds used to be friends are just fairy tale. Despite that he has studied the history of Twilight Sparkle and her friends and even telling his own daughter Sunny all about it. Even though he shared that even though his daughter shared the same um, hope and dreams that the only kind that could be united once again through friendship and harmony. Even though that he was disbelieved by many others of his in his own hometown, like Phyllis Cloverleaf, but Orga never actually got angry or frustrated by his fellow Earth ponies, but myself by his, despite in their beliefs, in their words, misguided beliefs. Rather than pitying them, but feeling sad that they wouldn't open up their hearts and beliefs in something that rather from just being in fear and distrust. He was a very loving, a warm, loving father, and despite all of this, he actually shared up his daughter as much as he could, even though for example, when Hitch and Sprout did even believe Sunny all the stories that her father had been telling. Even after that, he always cheered her up, and especially put out some sort of a paper cone on his head pretending to be a unicorn. He had a very supportive mind. He had a strong belief that the three ponykinds used to be friends. Despite his long studies of the history of the past, that even regarded many of his followed Earth ponies in Maritime Bay, that even one didn't believe the same thing as he did. But despite all that, that wasn't the main things, the things that made him a such great father. He didn't, despite that he had to raise his own daughter by himself, but he actually made a very strong impression in his daughter. Even after that he had passed away, even though despite the other Earth ponies in Maritime Bay still didn't believe his beliefs of the pre-point kinds used to be friends. And even when Sunny tried to live up to his memory, to try to fulfill his dream that that the Earth ponies in Maritime Bay would see their wrong and even try to reach out to the other pony kinds to try to restart, to reunite as the friendship it once used to be. But even after that, they still didn't even want to believe in her. But until ultimately that Sunny succeeded in bringing the other three pony kind together as an honor to Argyle's memory and legacy. She knows that her father Argyle would have been very proud and happy to see that even his dream himself, even during his lifetime, he was unable to fulfill his dream to unite the other Pony kinds, but seeing his daughter to have been able to succeed and fulfill his dream, I know Sunny's father Argyle would have been very proud and very grateful to his own daughter. Even that despite that opponents are in Maritime Bay, they still didn't disregard his belief, of his misguided beliefs. He still tried to convince himself maybe one day the other opponents could see what he had believed. And even though at first, when like Phyllis looked Cloverleaf, she didn't even believe any of the such stories about Earth ponies, unicorns, and Earth Pegasi used to be friends. But seeing after what Argyle's daughter Sunny did to bring all the three tribes once back again, she realized that those stories that her old friend or her old that the late Argyle actually was right. Despite there being such mistrust and fear among them, but he was right all along. And she regretted not to be telling that to him. And even though after that Argyle had passed away, he was a very loving foreign father and raised a very smart, a brave daughter that fulfilled and succeeded his dream to reunite the Earth ponies, Pegasi, and Unicorn once society once again. That is one of the things that made Argyle a very great father, who strongly believed, who strongly kept by his belief that the Earth Ponykinds used to be friends and they could still once again be friends. Despite the fear and the mistrust he had for each other, but he's strong in his own heart that he was right. And he was. Even knowing that his own daughter would keep up the dream and one day fulfill it, even himself was unable to do so, but looking down to see his own daughter to had fulfilled his dream is something he would have been very much so proud of. And that is the one and more reason why Argyle is a great father. He didn't pay mind of that supposed history that the pony tribes made sure to share his own belief to the and wisdom to his daughter Sunny, and that she would teach the other tribes the same belief and wisdom from her own father to others to make them realize friendship is stronger than fear and mistrust. Even if it would take some time to make the dream to be a realization, but the patient worked. That is one of the most few reasons why Argyle Starshine was a great father. If any of my viewers or my fans somehow agree with me, let me know in the comment section below. And as always, this is Switch Diablo over and out.